faculty members, Ma'am Angie, and also the research staff, Sir Miko, Ma'am Goldie, please come in front while I'll be introducing you. And of course, our food technology students, come here muna. We will greet them. So this afternoon, we may not give you the perfect chocolates, but of course, we are giving you our perfect services. We're giving you our golden hearts. So in behalf of our President, Dr. Alberto Naperi, and of course, the Vice President for Research and Innovation, where this project belongs, Dr. Ramona Isabel Ramirez, we from CBSUA would like to greet you, 1, 2, 3, Happy Chocolated Day! Okay, so, bakit hindi ka nag-join sa amin? okay, anyway. So this afternoon, it's not really a perfect technology yet. So thank you guys. You may proceed to your stations. Okay, so thank you for having with us today. So we want to present only the household technology. Ibig sabihin po, the research that we do have or the technology that we do have is intended for household processors. So bali po sila yung talagang nasa puso po ng project funded by the VLIROS and the University of Ghent, Belgium. So this afternoon, we will be presenting you through a video presentation our household Tablea processing technology. So it's called from bean to bar, wherein we do have the cacao pods, and after that we ferment, dry, roast, process until we do have the dark chocolate with only 3 ingredients, or rather 2 ingredients, which is our cacao as well as the sugar component. So may we please play the video? So our cacao pods is taken only here in the Bicol region or as far as Batangas. So we sort first to check for some defective pods. After sorting, we have it washed. Please stop during washing. So during washing, you may use 300 ppm chlorinated water for those who are engaged in industrial processing in order for some contaminants to be removed. So 300 ppm, that is only 300 milligram of chlorine powder in a liter of water. So if you wish to have it weighed, the CPSU is always there to be of service to you, even in the analytical weighing services. Okay, so after washing, we have it drained. Then after that, splitting. Please play. Okay. Then the simple splitting of cacao beans. And then we now have the seed extraction. So at this time, we do not segregate or sort the quality of the beans. And then, except for those na may medyo tambo na, so yun lang ang nire-reject natin kasi medyo may kamahalan din ang cacao pods. And then, after the seed extraction, we went to fermentation. We're using the simple basket fermentation type where you can start even with 2 kilos of your cacao, just layer it with banana leaves where you sanitized using, of course, yung pig ano lang, sa flame. Tapos, it will took us 5 to 7 days. However, kung marami kayong seeds, you can have it, yung sweating method na 24 hours before placing that in the basket. So, as simple as that, kailangan nyo lang magkaroon ng plastic to collect your sweat. Then, after this, kung medyo 5 to 10 kilos, you need to overhaul them for at least 2 days. Every 2 days. So that's the appearance. During drying, we need to start with sun drying for at least 3 days. Medyo makapal dapat ang simula, then start at 8 o'clock in the morning so that hindi siya matututong agad. There will be no crust formation para even yung release ng ating moisture content. And please stop. Okay. So, if you take a look at our drying facility, madali lang siyang gawin. It is about more than 1 meter high. para pag umulan, yung splatter ng tubig hindi aabot sa kakao. And why we do have the plastic cover? For us, para hindi tayo magkandarapa pag umulan, no? Hindi siya mabasa during umulan, kahit medyo natutulog ka ng konti, then safe pa rin ang inyong cacao beans. And another thing, also for some contaminants, whether biological, physical, para quality ang ating beans after drying. So sun drying is preferably to be done for 3 days, at least 3 days, so that the acetic acid and other tannins mag-evaporate pa siya in an open environment condition prior to transferring it in our mechanical dryer. Okay, please play po. So after sun drying, we transfer it to mechanical dryer. Nowadays, pag may association kayo, it's very easy for you to request from DOST or even DTI para magkaroon ng mechanical dryer. Mga around 200, even 150,000, you can have it. So, yan ang itsura ng mechanical drying natin. And this one will take again another 3 days, no, to be done. Only at 60 degrees Celsius. Kasi higher than that, mababawasan na rin ang ating flavor. So, to minimize to contain the flavors that we produce during the fermentation, kailangan minimal lang ang ating drying temperature. Okay? So, after 3 days of drying, we make sure that the moisture content is already at 5 to even 8% moisture content. Then, for household processor, we are recommending the roasting process. Although the oven method is the most desirable one, pero medyo pricey ang ovens. That's why roasting of 2 kilos beans for 30 minutes will do. Paki-stop po. The roasting process, medyo critical ito kasi we do have the idea that the more tutong, the better. Kasi bitter daw. Parang ganun, ano, yung mga lola natin before, dapat tutong na tutong. But however, yung flavor ng chocolate, nawawala na siya. So, ang natitikman na lang is the tutong, which is not the case of chocolates. Because chocolates should have a very complicated combination of flavors na hindi siya defined per chocolate. Nag-iiba-iba siya. Depende. Ang daming factors na kaakibat ng paggagawa ng tsokolate. So, the S-curve, we follow the S-curve in chocolate making. The S-curve is also dependent on the type of ovens that you have. Kaya dapat mapag-aralan din natin ang klase ng oven na ginagamit natin. Okay? Next po. We will do the practical steps, yung mga magagawa lang natin in this area after the presentation. So, the simple cracking we're doing in CBSUA. So, just using the rolling pin, by manual lang siya. But of course, there are machines that can do this. And then, hindi isa-isa natin, you can use also the electric fan to have the hull separated from the beans. And then this nibs can have the pre-grinding method. If you have good grinder, then hindi na mahihirapan ng inyong melanger. But if you don't have, okay naman yung pre-grinding stage lang, na medyo nibs lang talaga ang napoproduce. So this one is already the cacao liquor. That is the combination of the cacao butter as well as your, yung ano na siya, no? Our cacao. So this is now ready to be conch using the melanger. So in our process, medyo ayaw namin mahirapan si melanger, kaya twice namin ginrind yung aming cacao liquor. So this time you have somewhat refined cacao liquor. However, again, as I've said, you can have it as, ano lang siya, parang nibs lang. Parang ganito lang siya, na? Then, this one is the melanger, which we will show later. I think this is cost around 25,000. Tama ba, Ma'am Angie? 30,000, no? But for private, kung gusto nyo mag-direct buy, siguro around 25,000. This is 3.5 kilos in capacity. But normally, we only load 2 kilos of the cacao liquor. So, siya talaga yung nagdi-develop pa ng iba't ibang klaseng flavoring of our cacao. Actually, the conching process range from 6 hours up to 6 days, depending on the quality of the cacao nibs that we produced. Kung medyo acidic, kailangan nating matanggal yon, so tatagalan natin ang kanyang conching. This is already tempering, one of the most critical stage that. Pero ito, pwede mo naman kasi siyang gawin ng paulit-ulit kapag hindi mo makuha yung quality talaga ng chocolate. So this is where Tablea differs when we have a very good tempering process. So at this stage, in the tempering process, we'd like to reach the chocolate crystals which is desirable with no fat streaks nor sugar bloom for that matter. So if we are chocolate maker, so chocolate maker talagang nag-start sa beans, and then we have our cacao liquor plus other ingredients. Kapag chocolater ka, you can buy bar from the market and have your chocolate form, then that's a chocolatier. So during molding, if you have a very good tempering, you don't have any problem or difficulty in the removal of your chocolate afterwards. But if tempering is not that good, mahirap siyang matanggal dun sa molding natin. Then after that, after tempering, we need to have our chocolates stored at refrigeration temperature only 15 degrees C. So yung mga industrial refrigerators are not recommended for that cooling stage kasi magkakaroon tayo ng sugar bloom if we do have a sweetened chocolate. No? Then, after 30 minutes, we can unmold our chocolates. Then, have it in room temperature or you can have it wrapped. Actually po, the storage really of our chocolates or even tablea should be at air-conditioned temperature. So, wala po tayong doon. There is no replacement for an air-conditioned temperature if you are really into chocolate making. So tayo, nasa tropical country, medyo mataas ang ating temperature. So we need to invest in an air-conditioned room. So ngayong hapon, we will just show some of the qualities of beans. So Miss Angeline, our food tech student, go. So we will have some of the beans cut and show you. So during fermentation kasi, you can already check the quality of the fermented beans. Okay, si Ma'am Angie, magka-cut test siya and will show us whether the beans is good or bad. Yan ang kanyang thesis. Anong masasabi mo dyan sa beans mo?
So, sa example po na to, na well-brown siya, yung definition ng pag-cut test. So, ibig sabihin nun, yung beans is fermented. Tama yung pag-ferment niya. Kapag light, or kapag naging violet yung kalalabasan ng pag-cut test, ibig sabihin, hindi gaanong na-ferment ng maayos.
Okay, thank you. Very good, Angie. So, pwede ba siyang ma-focus? So, our beans needs to have our cacao bean after fermentation, kailangan brown ang color. There's be some fissures. Fissures because it's an indicator that lactic acid bacteria penetrated already inside of the bean. So during fermentation kasi, there are succession of microorganisms that are taking place into your beans. First, doon sa labas, aerobic condition, we do have molds. Then after that, pag nagkaroon na ng fermentation and the pH changes into slightly acidic, there will be succession like yeast and lactic acid bacteria. During that time, so at the end of 7 days, an indicator that lactic acid bacteria is already in action are the fissures, yung parang guhit-guhit sa loob, no? That's the indicator that you have a good fermented beans. However, if you have a violet beans, tapos walang crack-crack sa loob, medyo pangit siya, no? So, hindi natin nakikita ng maayos, ano sir? Anyway, basta violet, and then wala siyang crack sa loob na medyo meron siyang pattern, then that's a bad fermented beans. Okay, so, tapos yun naman mga reject, Miss Angie, paano ka magre-reject ng beans?
Para ma-identify natin yung good beans sa bad beans, ang example ng good beans is yung elongated in shape, wala siyang ano sa balat niya. Unlike sa bad beans na may mga parang cracks, ganun. Tapos flat yung shape niya.
So we can separate the bad beans during or prior to roasting. So yun ang tinatawag natin na sorting method. So huwag tayong mag-alala kasi yung mga na-reject nyo, even the hull, have some uses. Pwede natin siyang isabay during the brewing of beer. No? Kasi yung hull noon, meron siyang certain flavor, the tannins, na medyo, ano naman sila, we desire it is desirable during beer production, ano? Kaya ang iba ngayon, ginagamit na yon during brewing. So thank you very much, Miss Angie. So that is our beans. So dito po sa harap, we have the fermented beans. So one of the indicator is that parang naubos na yung ating mucilage. Yung nagko-cover na white sa beans, so that's one good indicator. And after that, during drying, so parang ganito lang yung ating itsura ng beans. So the sorted beans, medyo, eto sinort na namin, malalaki. Hiniwalay natin yung maliliit sa malalaki so that during roasting, uniform ang kanyang pagkaluto. And after that, so ito na yung ating roasted but dehulled beans. Wala na siyang hull. As what I've said, if we don't have the good grinder, kasi medyo mahirap din sa palengke magpag-grind because you cannot control the quality of your ground liquor. So, bumili na lang kayo ng ganito online. Medyo mura na siya. It's around 1,200, I think, which is affordable by our household processors. So anytime you can grind the beans kasi kung 2 kilos lang naman yung gagawin mo, so you can use this already. And ito na yung kanyang product. Okay? So thank you, Angie, and thank you, Felix, for the assistance. So pwede na nating tanggalin to. We can proceed now with the next critical step, which is on conching. So may I call in Sir Miko and Ma'am Angie for the demonstration of our conching. So one thing in chocolate making is the computation for our ingredients. So our dark chocolate has only 3 ingredients. So ang maganda ngayon, when we talk about sustainable agriculture, sustainable living, ang hinahanap na ng ating consumers, the lesser the number of ingredients that we do have in our food products. So ngayon po, kapag sinabi mong chocolate, pwede kasi siyang, ang computation natin, if it's 85% chocolate, it can be 75% cacao liquor and 10% cacao butter. And only 15% the sugar. So, we usually add cacao butter for a very good emulsification of the process. So after roasting, we prepared already the pre-ground cacao beans. We do have here Angie, pakitanggal na. Tapos patanggal na rin lahat. Patanggal na rin lahat ito. Lahat. So this is an example of cacao butter. So you can purchase that online. Ito yung kanilang itsura. Pero ito, binigay lang sa amin as a complement in purchasing the Melanger. Parang 5 kilos yung binigay nila na pasalamat. Then, ito yung itsura niya. Some are blocks or bars. Others are in spherical shape. So, parang moon shape. So, this is the cacao butter. Kumbaga, pag in-undergo sa hydraulic pressure yung inyong cacao liquor, there will be a separation of the cacao fat component, which is called the cacao butter, as well as your the cacao powder. So, ang computation natin, we just add 10% of cacao butter in making 85% of dark chocolate. So, the dark chocolate consists of the cacao, 75% cacao liquor, and then 10% of cacao butter. So, para madali ang computation, all you need to do is to measure your cacao liquor. And if it's 75%, just divide it by 0.75. Then you can get the entire weight of the mixture. Then multiply it with 15%. That will be your sugar. By the way, if you are using brown sugar, which is the desirable thing today in our lifestyle, ayaw na natin ng refined sugar, we need to oven dry that for around 30 minutes for 40 to 50 degrees lang, so that the water molecule, which is undesirable in all chocolate making process, ay matatanggal. So, i-dry lang natin ang ating brown sugar. Okay? So, Ma'am Angie will do the demonstration for the use of, by the way, the important thing in chocolate making, you have, of course, the molder. We have the IR thermometer, but this one is more accurate than the one we're using in taking our body temperature, no? So I think this is 30,000, but you can also have the metal one, the metal thermometer, which is cheaper than the IR thermometer. But in the lab, we're using the IR thermometer. Then, so ito lang yung mga bagay na to. The cacao nibs, the cocoa butter. So, Ma'am Angie, ikaw nang
So, pag nagme-melanger po tayo, ang sunod po natin gagawin ay ilagay siya dito sa melanger. So, dahil po solid pa po yung ating cocoa butter, gagamit po tayo ng heat gun para matunaw siya. Pwede naman po i-hot bath, pero ito po yung ginagamit namin. So, habang nagtutunaw po ako ng cocoa butter, pwede pong ilagay na ni Sir Miko yung cocoa nibs dito sa melanger.
So, in adding our cacao nibs, dahan-dahan lang nating ilagay para hindi din mabigla ang ating melanger, so that it can smoothly run. So, dahan-dahan din. Then, so we are only using 500 grams of our pre-grind cacao nibs. So, coarsely ground lang siya. Pakiano mo para maano siya. Tawag mo yung yan mo kasi nagbilog-bilog. So our melanger has inside of it, meron siyang 2 bato. So parang nang panahon na ginagamitan nila ng stone grinder para lumapot at maging refined ang ating chocolate. So parang ganon lang, ginawa lang nila ng mechanized yung process. So ang critical lang dito, yung kanyang mga nawalan po ng kuryente. Brown out pala. So the roasting process of our cacao is very critical also because that is where Maillard reaction takes place. Ibig sabihin, the reaction of heat plus proteins will turn into products which are brown in nature. So nagkaroon ng hydroxymethylfurfuryls as well as melanins in the process. And then there's also combination of different flavoring compounds. So critical din siya in a sense that pag masobrahan, pwedeng matanggal yung mga flavors na yon. And then, during conching, lagyan natin ng konting cacao butter para... Ay, wag mong patayin. Anon mo ng konti. Sige, anon mo ng konti. Yan. Sige daw. Kasi salagay lang at kasi. Nabigla lang buhos yung yung ating cacao nibs. So dapat dandahan siya. So konti lang po yung lagay ng ating cacao nibs para kumbaga gentle addition lang siya. Then after ng iba na na madurog, na-grind na kasi namin on the way going here kaya medyo nagbilog-bilog na yung ating But we can show you the ideal texture dito sa isang melanger while the other melanger is still being tino-troubleshoot. So if we can reach a very good texture like this one, open na. So ito na yung texture niya after 12 hours of conching. So in this stage, there's already a very smooth chocolate texture. And then, this is pure. So, wala kaming ibang inad na ingredient, wala rin kaming inad na cacao butter, even sugar. So, when you have this, you can have 100% dark chocolate. So, again, yung natin, isang tatandaan natin, dahan-dahan yung ating paglagay ng cacao nibs, also in combination with cacao butter para umandar ng husto yung ating melanger. So, okay. And then, the critical thing sa susunod na step natin, which is the tempering stage. So ito may malaking role siya during tempering of cacao. In tempering of our chocolates, we need to have it exposed to 3 stages of temperature. We have the 45 degrees C. Next, immediately it should be dropped to 27 degrees C. And again, up to 32 degrees C. So sa ganitong demonstration, medyo very challenging talaga kasi we don't have the aircon facility na nakatapat sa natin, sa area natin. Then we don't have the warmer para makontrol ang pag-angat ng temperature. So it's really a challenge for us to temper. However, at any rate, we just want to demonstrate to you how things are being done. Okay po? So you need your heat gun for the solution to be heated up again to 32 degrees C. We need a heated cacao conch chocolate mixture. So this one, hindi pa siya umaabot ng 45. So kailangan pa naming paandarin ng konti. Apo. Pwede man. Tanggalin na natin to. Tapos heat gun na. So we're going to have it, para mag-warm siya at 45 degrees, you'll just use the heat gun for this purpose. Then after which, if it reached 45 degrees C, we need to have it drop to 37, the temperature to 27 degrees, and after which 32. So the very purpose of which is the ideal crystal of fat to be formed. Otherwise, magkakaroon ng mga fat streaks ang ating chocolate. Papainitin lang natin up to 45 degrees. So we are now on 39 degrees C ng ating mixture. So habang hinihit gun natin, so temperature will soon be increased to 45 degrees C. So during conching, dun sa conching na yon, there's really a very good reaction that took place. Your tannins are being removed, kaya parang natatanggal yung pagkamapakla ng ating ano. The other acetic acid are also removed. So tempering, this is now concentrated on the formation of ideal fat crystals. So using your heat gun, makakakuha tayo ng 45. So we're now on 41 degrees C. Felix. Ay. Ano ng microphone nun? So we're now on 44 degrees C. Only one more step. Kaya chocolate making is really labor of love. Yan. Kaya siya talaga symbol of love. Pero may tempering machine na. So all you need to do is to pour your chocolate mixture in the tempering machine. So we are now on 45 degrees C, and this is a granite, one of the materials that you can use for tempering. You can use marble, granite for this purpose. But the ideal granite is the one which is thicker. Pero wala kang, as household processor, ito lang kasi less than 200 pesos, meron ka ng granite tiles na makikita. So ideal din ang light colored so that you can check the so, dalawa yung process na ipapakita namin. So, this one is the granite method na dito kami magpapacool down. Ang other one is the bowl, the bowl cooling process. So, sa bowl nyo lang, ipapa-decrease ang temperature up to 27 degree Celsius. So, just have a little of your mixture, maybe 1/3. Then, you can have the bowl method. Kung meron ka pang ibang kasamaan or kung marami kang granite, some of you can do it. Then, magtitira ka ng another portion of your mixture para if we already formed the ideal fat crystals, pwede na po tayong mag-mix doon sa original mixture natin kasi parang isi-seed niya na yung formation of all fat crystals sa ideal one. Dito ka na, G. So we can use your scraper and also your metal spatula for this process, no? Aba. So we're now on 30 degrees C. Parang madami itong kabilaan na natira. No, iba nga kami yung kabila. Ano ka din, mag-pan sa kabila. Kasi masyadong madami makatataas. Anyway, during tempering, like for example, pag tumaas sa 32 degrees, yung next third temperature ninyo, you can again repeat the entire process. Yun lang ang talagang sinasabing labor of love, ang chocolate making. Pakiano yun. 31. So 4 degrees more. Ito. ano mo, pakihap. Ilagay mo dito sa kabila. Tapos, nasan yung ano? Nasan yung may spout? Huwag mo yun isa. Nasan yung may spout? Yung may spout. Hindi yung may spout. Yung white na may spout.
Ano to? Spout?
So we're now on 30 degrees C. So 3 more. So 29. 2 more. 2 down. Medyo challenging lang talaga kasi walang aircon na nakatutok. So, as in super labor of love. So we are now still on the 29 degrees C. We need to go down at least 2 units. You have 27 degrees C. So we're now on the 28, last one. Nice dough cutter. Dough cutter. Yung nasa bowl cooling natin, nasa 27 na kasi in-expose natin sa ice solution. So iced water. So medyo madali ang pag-cool down ng temperature. Tayo nasa 29 pa lang. So more labor of love. Hindi na ako bumababa. Again, kaya dito ng 27. So in the bowl method, we already have 32 degrees C for our mixture. So the next step is now molding. So we're going to transfer that in the piping bag. And then we are going to mold in our molding containers. So ito kasing granite, itong granite natin, dapat kasi talaga siya naka-expose sa aircon or pre-cooled para mabilis ang ating cooling process. Wala pa ito. Okay, kangat ito. Kana. Hanggang wala. So kung gumagamit po tayo ng ice solution, very critical po na walang tubig na mag-mix sa ating chocolate. Otherwise, sira po yung ating ginagawa. So, syempre, tubig at langis, alam naman natin yung kantang yon since bata pa tayo. So, yun ang tandaan natin. Hindi pwedeng mag-mix yung dalawang yon. So, never have, kaya lagi kayo merong paper towels or hand towels in your working area para lagi nyong ilalagay doon ang bowl nyo. So when you want to have a bar, you can have this. But when you want to have an irregular pattern chocolates, even without the molder, you can still do that. now demonstrating to you the molding process. So Ma'am Angie is doing the irregular shaped chocolates na kahit walang molding, you can still do at home. Parang cookies lang ang itsura niya. Then you have some inclusions like nuts, fruit beets, and others. So this is the no molder type of molding. Now, so this one, you have the bar, the ones that we are doing at CBSA.
But the work is
Hi, thank you. So this is not the chocolate bar that we did today, and this is 100% dark chocolate. So we need to expose them at refrigeration temperature only around 15 degrees C. Otherwise, kung meron tayong sugar na peak add, there will be sugar bloom if too cold ang ating refrigerator. So dapat po, parang aircon style lang talaga siya. So you also expose in refrigerator for 30 minutes. Then afterwards, the storage area for our chocolate should really be an air-conditioned room. So there's no replacement for that. Hindi siya pwede sa ordinary kasi talagang magme-melt ang tempered chocolate. So you can say that your tablea is well-tempered na tsokolate kapag nagme-melt siya sa ating ordinary atmospheric condition sa Pilipinas, which is I think around 30 degrees C. So air-conditioned storage, 15 degrees C. Yun ang gusto ng ating tsokolate. So I think we're done for the day. And after this, we're going to have a sensory evaluation process by our food technology students. So those who want to participate, we'll be giving you some sort of a thank you mug. But those who don't want to participate, it's all right with us. Na? Kaya this is a research, kumbaga, a consumer survey for our chocolate drink. Thank you so much and good afternoon, everyone. At your service, the Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, faculty, research staff, and our students. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you very much once again to the Central State Bicol University of Agriculture, CBSUA, Miss Julie Casaol. Maraming salamat. Palakpakan po natin ang CBSUA. Napakagandang presentasyon po talaga. Napaka-inspiring pala. Kahit sa bahay, pwede tayong gumawa ng chocolates. So, yung mga micro-entrepreneurs natin, sana po na-inspire tayo ngayong hapon. Once again, a round big of applause for Miss Julie Casaol and her team from CBSUA. World-class cacao talaga. World-class institution, world-class cacao. Truly the best of Bicol. Let's just ask on stage the whole team of CBSUA and the Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce. Magkaroon lang po tayo ng group picture. Ma'am Flor, Sir EJ, the chairman, please join us. Ma'am Cecil Fajardo, also from CBSUA, please join us. Anong department? Director Bihag and Ma'am Cecil Fajardo of the
Development Education.
Okay. Let's go. May kasama tayong mga cacao products. Students, maraming salamat.
Our VP Monet Ramirez is also here with us. Ma'am Monet.
Mamonet, I didn't see you there. The Vice President of CBSUA, si Mamonet, who is now committing again to the Bicol Business Month and to the Metro Naga Chamber Membership and Partnership. Stakeholder po natin, si Mamonet. Mamonet, join the directors. Dito ka po sa mga directors natin. Thank you very much, CBS-UA. So, ang susunod naman po nating presentation ay ang chocolate making naman from the Bicol Cacao Growers Association. The group of Sir Jerry, ready na po? Before we proceed, let's just make a round of all the sponsors and the exhibitors of the Best of Bicol 2022. Okay, as we are just setting up for the Bicol Cacao Growers Association Incorporated, let's just give them a few recognition. So, ang mission nila is to partner with different government and non-government agencies to invest on product research. Mamaya po lahat, iaano po to ni Miss Jonalyn, ang ating presenter from the Bicol Cacao Growers. So habang inaantay po natin ang ating mga presenter, we will just make some raffle draws. So get ready po yung mga exhibitors. To win another special prize from the Tourism Promotion Board, giving the floor to Miss Jonalyn Perina of the Bicol Cacao Growers Association.
Good afternoon. We are the Bicol Cacao Growers Association, and definitely we are from Partido District, Goa, Camarines Sur. We are the only group of cacao growers in Partido that caters or welcomes all the Bicolano growers who would want to venture in cacao industry, as this is one of the largest growing industry in the world. And just a fun fact, as of now, Bicol region is the third largest producer of cacao beans in the Philippines. Most of it are from Davao. So, for all the Bicolanos, we would want to introduce what is Bicol cacao growers and how our group can cater those who would want farmers, growers, manufacturers, dealers, retailers who would want to venture in cacao. To start it off, I would like to welcome our president, the head that gives us very innovative decisions, very amazing partnership, Mr. Winifredo Aburdo, our Bicol Cacao Growers Association President.
Maray na hapon sa Indong Kabos, people of Naga City and Camarines Sur. In this momentous event, in behalf of the Bicol Cacao Growers Association Incorporated, we would like to thank the Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce, headed by its President, E.J. Guason, Chairman of Bicol Business Month 2022, Evelyn Salgado, Event Chairman of Best Bicol 2022, Director Jun Bihag, and Director Flor Asanya, for giving us this endeavor of your organization. I would like to thank also my colleagues in the BCGA for being so supportive in our activities in order to promote our local cacao farmers product, which is cacao. Once again, we welcome each and everyone.
Ayan. So another fun fact, guys. Ito po yung first time that we go on a mall to introduce our group and to partner with Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So it's really a big leap and a milestone for us. So to give us naman, what is talaga the Bicol Cacao Growers and ano yung nangyari, paano kami napunta dito sa inyo. So I would like to welcome one of our founder, the head, the visionaries, the reason why this group has made. I would like to welcome Mr. Ed Navarroza, one of our founder. Hi, Sir Ed.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce for giving us the opportunity to introduce our organization. And I'd like to welcome Ma'am. Nagkita tayo ulit itong sa Dr. Adet.
Ramon Isabel Ramirez po.
Dr. Isabel.
Ramirez.
Dr. Isabel Ramirez, na-meet namin siya dun sa ginawa nilang festival sa CBSWA. And I am glad na nakita namin yung ginagawa nilang research. In fact, ito yung inihintay namin na magkaroon dito sa Bicol region or specifically dito sa Kamsur. I think you're doing a good job, an excellent job. Paano nagumpisa ang BCGA or Bicol Cacao Growers Association Incorporated? We were just a group of farmers na nagtatanim ng mangga. nagsawa kami sa katatanim ng mangga, inintroduce ng DA ang kakao dito sa Kamsur. So in 2016, ang mga informal group, kami ni na Jimmy Cordero, ako, sina Tom, sina Johnny Las na taga Naga, no, started conceptualizing of organizing a cacao group dito sa Kamsur. And then in 2018, we registered itong BCGay sa SEC, sa Security Exchange Commission. And that was also the time that the Department of Agriculture sponsored yung first cacao seminar or conference sa Villa Cáceres, no? And that was the time also that the Bicol Cacao Council was organized, and the first president of that council was from Goa, si Pilapil, Mr. Pilapil. And the vice president was our visionary and respected colleague, si Jimmy Cordero, who passed away last year. So we are continuing the vision and mission of the organization, and we have attended several seminars. No, the vision and mission was only realized this year. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, kumbaga no, we are a ragtag group of farmers. Meaning, hindi kami talaga ganun ka-organized, and we needed the academe to assist us, to guide us as to what we're supposed to do. No? And I'm glad Dr. Isabel is nandito ngayon kasi I think they have other plans for cacao. Tama, ma'am, di ba? And we would like to get involved in your plans. So in 2018, we were officially approved by SEC, no? In 2016 nga pala, 2015, kami yung ragtag group na Jimmy Cordero from Tigaon. I am from Naga. Johnny Las is from Naga also. So, iba-ibang lugar kami. Then, nadagdag na kami, sina Jerry Guevara, Toti Cruz, who is part of Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce, Emil, one of the biggest grower of mango in Tigaon. Hindi nyo alam na Camarines Sur, there was a time we have around 23,000 mango trees dito sa Camarines Sur. Mas marami tayong mangga kaysa Masbate. And si Kite, Maria Cristina Monasterio, dapat siya nasa harap ninyo, kaya lang nasa hospital yung husband niya, no? Family first before anything else. Then Filina Sanoy from the government. Then si Erning, no? He's into high value crops. Ito yung kumikita sa amin ngayon because of high value crops. Actually, hindi pa kami kumikita sa kakao. And Puentebella. So this is the ragtag group that was its beginning in 2015 has now a juridical personality. Isa na siyang incorporated. We can now buy properties. We can now donate to our organization. Panang sa ganon, makontinue niya may mga project. Right now, itatanong ninyo, sino ang nagsusupply ng mga kakao dito sa Bicol region, specifically doon sa ginagawang research ng CB-SWA? The answer is, wala pa. Wala tayong supply masyado ng kakao dito sa Bicol region. Why? Simply because we were affected by a lot of typhoons, specifically yung tatlong magkakabarkadang typhoon. We were supposed to harvest ngayong 2022. Dumating yung 2019, devastated and destroyed yung cacao industry natin. Ang natira lang is 30% of what the Department of Agriculture gave us. Right now, a few months ago, the Department of Agriculture has given us 40,000 seedlings. no? And we have started planting them. So at present, we have around more than 100 cacao trees or seedlings for rehabilitation. We expect by 2023 and 2024, God permits, we will be able to harvest around 20 to 30 metric tons of cacao. Pwede na tayong mag-supply ng market ng Bicol and the domestic market. Right now, ang Davao ang siyang source ng mga cacao natin. So what have we been doing as a group? We have been doing benchmarking with Gumaka. Tinignan namin kung ano yung cacao industry nila doon. And they are way ahead of the Bicol region. So dito makikita ninyo na we have been continuously receiving assistance from the Department of Agriculture. And thank God, for several years, we haven't been assisted by the government. Next slide, please. So dito makikita niyo yung mga bagong mga miyembro, Chito from the United States. And this is our second exposure sa mga ganitong mga event. Next slide, please. Next na, wala na? Okay, we are accepting members dito sa Bicol Cacao Group, no? If you have empty or walang mga tanim yung mga lupa nyo, no? You can come to us and we can discuss on how to become a member of the Bicol Cacao Growers Association Incorporated. Thank you very much.
Ay, thank you so much, Sir Ed. Sir Ed, sabi nga kanina, is one of our founder. And yes, we are accepting membership. Though, there's always a rule, guys. So, if you wanted to be a member, just approach our booth there para po makapag-member po kayo. So, yan. So next po is our product presentation. Though our group started 2016 as a mango tree producer, then we transitioned to cacao growing. Then after that, actually I was a member 2019 na. So I'm a very young member of BC Guy. And nag-member kami because we wanted to promote our products. So in front, nahihiling po nindo, may mga products po dyan na nakastay. So this is our products. The first one would be, these are our product, the fermented cacao, the roasted beans, the cacao powder, and then the tablea, the very known tablea. Kanina nag-present on how it is done, and I'm really excited on redoing that. So thank you so much, CBSUA. Yan. So our product is, one of it is a fermented beans. As you can see, it's very clean. It's not slimy. It's not dark. So it's a very gold one. So ganyan na po yung pinoproduce namin ngayon na product. It's fermented. Kaya lang kanina sabi daw it's 5 to 7 days. But for us, we are just fermenting it for 3 days. I think we can try that also. So, we are offering fermented cacao beans and 250 grams per pack. It's also there. However, parang wala na kami nito ngayon. So, next one is our roasted beans. Yan. Our roasted beans, mayroon kaming available display here. It's pre-ordered kasi nga, we are also using it. We are also producing our cacao beans. Fermented cacao beans po siya and rino-roast po siya. May machine na kami to roast that. So, hindi na siya manual. Though for those one who would want to roast it manually, pwede naman po. Basta careful lang tayo na we don't too much roast it. Mapait naman siya. Pag mapait na siya, it's not cacao anymore. So, next is our tablea products. As of now, dalawa kasi yung nagpo-produce sa amin. We have here the tablea by Claudias. It's Ate Adas. And then the Tablea by me, it's J. Perina Cacao products. Currently, J. Perina has been awarded by the FDA, CPR also. So we really tried to work with our products and gusto talaga namin to venture internationally because we can see the future nga in cacao. So I hope you guys can see it also. It's available pala in 112 grams and 352 grams. For Ate Adas, it's 250 grams. Nasa booth din po namin siya. And then, our new product, I think there's a video. Our new product is cacao powder. Cacao powder po is, it's like this. This is our cacao powder. This is our very new and new product released. Ngayon lang tong month. We are using now the presser. It's a machine to powder the cacao. Hindi na po, para makuha mo yung butter, you have to use the presser. And this presser po, ang extract niya is the cacao powder na. So, wala pong nasasayang sa beans even if you extract it the butter already. And currently, we are producing more products. We are developing more products. We have now trying to do the cacao tea, cacao wine, and then the cacao molido. The cacao molido is already, parang malapit na siya sa development. So, maybe by next time that we had a trade fair, baka somewhere here in Naga also, matikman na natin yung cacao molido. So, I would like also to, guys, if there's a trade fair sa mga susunod na buwan, please watch us for us. Again, yan. Next. So, ayan. Next pa. Next pa. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ayan. So, kanina kasi there's a demo on how Tablea is done. So ngayon naman, I'll be giving you some points on how the cacao powder is done. So, the cacao powder po, yung nakikita nyo sa front, is made up of fermented cacao beans. So it's the one at the right side, and then after po kayan, pigro-roast man lang po siya. Sabi ko nga, we are not using the manual roasting. Nagtatry na kami to venture on machines. So after roasting it, we work it out with the press. We extract the cacao butter. So, as of now, we are doing it manually pa. Yung pinipress, as in, pinipress talaga siya. So, hindi pa kami nakakabili ng machine, but it's already on the line, on the pipeline. So, next time we'll be doing it, we might be doing it na. So, after that, we strain the cacao para maalis yung mga buo-buo, and then pack and seal it. So, generally, if you wanted to see it, it's already in front, and it's also available in the booth. So, that's how Busy Guy works. That's how we wanted to give, we offer new products po to everyone. Just to give you po some bits of information, our group po has been with the DA, DTI, and we will be trying to work with the DOST also. So para po mas clearer and if you have any inquiry. So to end this up, I would like to welcome Sir Jerry Guevara for the closing.
Thank you, Miss Jonaline. So, masasabi ko lang po, salamat po sa mga nag-participate sa aming demonstration and introduction of our product from Bicol Cacao Growers Association. In behalf of our President, Ms. Engineer Winifredo Abordo, and all the members who supported this event, thank you very much po.
Maraming salamat, Sir Jerry. Once again, a round of applause for the Bicol Cacao Growers Association. So, yung iba po dyan, lumalapit-lapit sa CBSWA at sa Bicol Cacao Growers, yung mga nag-i-start maggawa ng chocolates, ano po sila, very welcoming po sila na magturo sa atin kung paano po natin mapapa-improve pa yung mga small business chocolate ventures natin. Thank you very much. Can we have a small picture taking with the group? Sir EJ, Sir June Bihag of the Pioneer Insurance booth, please come over. We'll just have a photo shoot with the Bicol Growers Association. Salamat po. Utang ng loob ng Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and Industry ang presentasyon na ito sa CBS-UA at sa Bicol Cacao Growers Association. Ladies and gentlemen, yung mga raffle tickets po para sa round-trip ticket to Kuala Lumpur or Jakarta, available po dito sa tabi ng Tech Group. So we still have 100 raffle tickets. Mamaya pong closing, mag-award na tayo ng nanalo ng isang round-trip ticket to Jakarta or Kuala Lumpur. So please, bumili po ng mga produkto and then get your raffle tickets at our tech outlet here. So for now, I'd like to give you once again the video message of our dearest Governor of Kamsur, Governor Luigi Villafuerte.
Diyos mananal daw po sa Indogabos, Governor Luigi Villafuerte of the province of Camarines Sur. Orgulyo ko po na maimbitaran sa sarong espesyal na okasyon katakod kan Bicol Business Month 2022 na iyoan Best of Bicol Tourism and Trade Fair ngonyan na aldaw. Bago po ang sakong mensahe, mawat kong maunang taon din pagbati ang Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and Industry sa pamamayo ni Mr. Mario C. Villanueva. Asin, ang chairman kan Bicol Business Month, si Mr. EJ Guazon, asin ang aking amigo, asin ang Regional Director kan Department of Tourism, RD Herbie B. Aguas. Ang mahigos na Mayor kan Syudad ni Naga, Mayor Nelson Legacion, asin ang gabos na bisita, exhibitors, asin entrepreneurs kan okasyon na ini. Today, an event like the Best of Bicol Tourism and Trade Fair will surely be helpful in restoring the local tourism industry of our province. For this, I commend the MNCCI for putting its best foot forward once again for the annual business activity here in Naga City for the benefit of the province and of the region as a whole. This event will surely be one of the best platforms to further the city's status as a center of commerce and trade in the Bicol region. Through this event, we get to promote more of our tourism destinations and the products locally made here in our province. Not only that, we also get to promote our people as we give tribute to our Bicolano actors and actresses who constantly give us pride by representing our province nationwide. This is something that we must all be proud of. Indeed, CamSur offers the best of the best. Camarines Sur is known for its natural attractions, rich history and culture, and exciting tourism destinations. To name our few, CamSur prides itself on its world-class Camarines Sur World Water Sports Complex and our beautiful Caramoan Islands, which placed the province on the map with its record-breaking 2.5 million tourist arrivals in the year of 2012. However, since the global pandemic was declared in 2020, tourism has been one of the hardest hit sectors. To help reboot the tourism industry to its new normal, we have various programs and projects designed to help Camarines Sur and the tourism industry as a whole. CamSur commits itself to supporting the tourism industry's sustainable recovery by strengthening its branding as the sports and adventure capital of the Philippines. We are continuously developing new tourist sites to encourage the influx of tourists. Mount Isarog, the part of the province, remains a protected cradle of biodiversity and harnesses potential for ecotourism activities such as, but not limited to, hiking, biking, and camping. By developing canopy tours, a new inclusive industry that also promotes sustainable practices can be born. Moreover, we are also continuously developing our homegrown entrepreneurs, creating business platforms for MSMEs, showcasing distinct crops and tourist spots in the province, promoting products and services, and providing investment opportunities for the progress and growth of our province. Through these initiatives, a favorable and healthy business climate for the MSMEs in Camarines Sur will surely be achieved. At the provincial government, we are promoting indigenous and high-value crops, established through agro-tourism and locally made products through community-based enterprises. Tourism generates direct income for families in sitios and barangays. These are only among the many endeavors of the province that we all continuously work to fulfill. Once again, I would like to thank the Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the City of Naga, and all the organizers of this tourism and trade fair for giving me the chance to speak today. Your effort and support in making this event possible speaks volume of your commitment in fully revamping our tourism industry. With that, I wish a big congratulations to all of you. The provincial government of Camarines Sur will always have its door open for more collaborative efforts that will help alleviate poverty, address challenges brought by the pandemic, and more importantly, help uplift the lives of our people. Diyos mabalos po sa Indogabos. Of our people. Just